Hi everyone, today I want to talk about hobbies or harrastukset in Finnish. So, how to ask somebody what their hobbies are. Kirjakieli, you would ask, mitä sinä harrastat? So, what you hobby, I guess, would be the literal translation, but it means what are your hobbies? Mitä sinä harrastat? Mitä sinä harrastat? Then in puhekieli, all you do is just shorten up some of the words. I think some of them would be familiar to you, like sinä turns into sa. That's a very common one. I think most of you are familiar with that, but it would turn into mitä sä harrastat? Mitä sä harrastat? Mitä sä harrastat? What are your hobbies? To answer this question, in kirjakieli, you would say, minä harrastan blank, and then insert whatever your hobby is. In puhekieli, you would either say, mä harrastan blah, 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 or actually you can just completely drop off the mä. You really don't need it because the word harrastan has the N at the end, which is indicating that I'm doing the action, so it's obvious you're talking about yourself already. So you can leave that out and just say harrastan, blah, 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 blah. Both are fine. So I wrote a list of a bunch of potential hobbies you guys might have. So we'll go over them now and I'll let you know what they are in Finnish. One word for exercising is liikunta. Liikunta. You can say harrastan liikuntaa. Liikuntaa, harrastan liikuntaa. If you want to say I go to the gym, in Finnish you wouldn't really say my hobby is to go gymming. You would usually say I go to the gym. So you would say käyn, which means I go or I visit. Kuntosalilla. Käyn kuntosalilla is I go to the gym. Then if your hobby is sports, sports is urheilu. You can say harrastan urheilua. Harrastan urheilua. My hobby is sports. So now we move on to, this is a list I found online. It says eniten harrastetut lajit 11-15-vuotiaiden keskuudessa. So that means the sports that are done as a hobby most in the circle of 11 to 15-year-old children in Finland. So I thought I would just go down that list and translate the hobbies or the sports that are the most popular for children. And this was in 2018. So number 1, we have jalkapallo, which is football. Jalka means foot, pallo is ball. Jalkapallo, football. And this turns into harrastan jalkapalloa. Jalkapalloa. Harrastan jalkapalloa. Then we have salibändi. I don't know if you guys are aware of what salibändi is. It's kind of like hockey on land. Kind of. You can say harrastan salibändiä. Salibändiä. Harrastan salibändiä. Third is tanssi ja kilpatanssi. So tanssi means dance. Kilpatanssi means competitive dance. So kilpa is competitive. Competitive dance. Harrastan tanssia. You can say harrastan kilpatanssia as well. Number 4 is ratsastus. Ratsastus is horseback riding. Harrastan ratsastusta. Harrastan ratsastusta. Then we have the popular one in Finland. I'm sure you're all aware of this sport. Jääkiekko. Jääkiekko. Jää means ice. Kiekko is puck. So ice puck is jääkiekko. Ice hockey. Harrastan jääkiekkoa. And I actually had a couple of fun facts about jääkiekko in Finland. So just related to this article, you might be confused like, hey, I thought ice hockey was the most popular sport in Finland, and here it's only 5th. Well, yes, it is kind of a very expensive sport, so obviously that's a bit of a barrier as well, but according to this article, it does say Suomessa on maailman toiseksi tihein jäähalliverkosto. And what that translates to is in Finland, we have the second most condensed or dense ice rink network. So Suomessa in Finland is maailman, the world's, toiseksi, second, tihein, condensed, dense, jäähalliverkosto, ice hockey rink network. And then another fun fact was jääkiekko on Suomen suosituin urheilulaji, kun suosiota mitataan lajin katsojamäärillä ja lajissa liikkuvan rahan määrällä. And what that translates to is jääkiekko on, ice hockey is, Suomen, Finland's suosituin urheilulaji, suosituin, the most popular urheilulaji, sports type, when suosiota, the popularity, mitataan, is measured, lajin, the sports types, katsojamäärällä, katsojamäärillä, the viewership amount, and lajissa, the sports types, liikkuvan rahan määrällä, the movement of the amount of money. So liikkuvan is movement, rahan, money, määrällä, amount. So what that means is ice hockey is the most popular sport in Finland if you measure it based on viewership, so how many people watch the sport, as well as the amount of money circulating within the sport. So yeah, I just thought that was a little fun fact to add in here. I don't know, why not? Then we have voimistelu. Voimistelu is gymnastics. And here it says this is all types of gymnastics counted together. Harrastan voimistelua. Voimistelua. Yleisurheilu is track and field. Yleisurheilu. Yleisurheilu, track and field. Harrastan yleisurheilua. Then we have uinti, which is swimming. Harrastan uintia. Uintia. Then we have koripallo, basketball. Kori is basket. Pallo is ball. Literally basketball. Harrastan koripalloa. Then we have hiihto. Hiihtäminen, it can also be hiihtäminen, but you could say this. One point I want to say, some of these words can be said in 2 different ways. I'll link a comprehensive list in the description box below where somebody has already explained this a little bit more. So I've just been doing one system here. There are some other ways you can say this, but yeah, you could say harrastan hiihtoa, just to keep it simple. If you want to learn more, check out the article in the description box below. Yeah, but it's perfectly fine to say harrastan hiihtoa. Harrastan hiihtoa. Then we have second to last lentopallo, which is volleyball. Lento is kind of like flying ball. Lentopallo. Harrastan lentopalloa. And then pesäpallo. Pesä is like a bird's nest, like a nest, and it can also mean the bases in baseball. So pesäpallo is baseball. Pesä, base, pallo, ball. And in Finland, we have our own type of baseball, so it's not the same as the American kind, or that I think is popular worldwide, but we have our own kind of Finnish pesäpallo, so I think that's what this is referring to here. And yeah, harrastan pesäpalloa. So yeah, that was my full list of potential hobbies. Kertokaa kommenteissa, mitä te harrastatte. Mitä te harrastatte? So what do you guys do as a hobby? Mä harrastan, or I guess I would have to use past tense. Mä harrastin voimistelua ja cheerleadingia. So cheerleadingia. ja koripalloa. Nyt, now, harrastan YouTubea. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. If something was still unclear, please do leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next video on Monday. Bye. Moikka!